fire burning cauldron bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire burning cauldron bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire burning cauldron bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire burning cauldron bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire burning cauldron bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire burning cauldron bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire burning cauldron bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire burning cauldron bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire burning cauldron bubble. When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of sun. Where the place?
Upon the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth. I come, great Malkin, padlock calls. Anon. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and the filthy air.
Seemeth by his plight of the revolt and new estate.
This is the sergeant, who like a good and hearty soldier fought against my captain. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king and order to broil us out in sleep.
Doubtful is stunned, as two spin swimmers that do cling together and choke their bonds. The merciless Macdonald, worthy to be a rebel, for to that the multiplying villainies of nature do swell upon. From the western isles of kerns and gallowglasses is sublime. Fortune, his damned quarrel smiling, showed like a rebel's heart. But all's too weak for brave Macbeth! Name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smoked bloody execution, like Valor's minion carved out his passage, till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands nor bade him farewell, till he unseamed him from the nave to the trample, and fixed his head upon our panel.
Oh, dying cousin.
What? King of Scotland monarch, no sooner justice had, as valor on compelled his skipping curse to tread their hill. But the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage with news of furnished arms and news of lies and men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo! As fair as eagles, so the hair of the lion! If I say sooth, I must report they were his cannons overcharged! Aye! Slowly, doubly, redoubled strokes upon the foot. Sent them into bathe and reeking wounds. Or memorize it on blue cloth, I cannot tell. But I'm weak. My cash is cracked.
So will thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smackles on her both. Go, get insurgents. Who comes here?
The worthy thing of Ross. What a haste from the line so she
God save the king. Whence camest thou, worthy thing?
From Vike, great king. With the Norwegian banners flood the sky and bade our people go. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, aided by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict. But to conclude, the victory fell on us! And now, Sweno, the Norway's king, craves composition. No nor would we deign him burial of his men till he disbursed $10,000 to our enemies.
No more shall that Thane of Cawdor deceive our bosom enters. Go, pronounce him his present death. And with his former title, great Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou? A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and mouched, and mouched, and mouched. Give me! Quoth I. Run to thee, witch! Run, cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master of the tiger, and a sail all thither sailed, like a rat without a tail. How do? How do? How do?
I'll give thee wind.
Thou art kind, and I another, and I myself have all the others. For the very ports they blow, not the quarters that they know. In the shipman's cart I will train him, try as day. Sleep shall neither night nor day. Hang upon his head trusted, he shall live and man forbid. Weary, send nights 9 times 9, shall he dwindle and decline. Though his bark cannot be last, yet it shall be tempest tossed. Look what I have.
Show me, show me.
A pilot's thumb, wrecked us homeward he did come. A drum, Macbeth doth come. The weird sisters, hand in hand, coasters of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to thine and thrice to mine, thrice again to make up 9. Peace! The charm is wound up.
So fair and foul a day I have not seen.
Oh, how far is it called the forest? What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire that they look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on it. Live you? Or are you on the man-made question? You seem to understand me. My ancient ones are choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips.
Speak if you can. What are you?
Hail, Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis!
All hail
Macbeth!
Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail
Macbeth!
Thou shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and do seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are ye fantastical? Or that indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner, you agree with present grace and great prediction of noble having and royal hope, that he seems wrapped withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, then speak then to me, who neither begs nor fears your favors nor your hate.
Hail!
Hail.
Hail.
Lesser than Macbeth, yet greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers! Tell me more! The Sinel's death, I know I'm Thane of Glamis. Of Cawdor. The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman. To be king, since I was at the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you.
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air, and what seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind. They had stayed.
Are these things here that we do speak about, or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too, were it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. Who's there?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. And when he hears of thy personal venture in the rebel's fight, his wonders and his praises do contend, which should be thine or his. Silence with that. And viewing over the rest of the self-same day, he finds thee in the stout Norwegian ranks. Nothing appeared of what thyself didst make. Strange images of death, as thick as hail, came close to the coast, and every one did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee to his sight, not pay thee.
And for an earnest of greater honor, he bid me, from him, call thee Thane of Cawdor, which addition hail, most worthy Thane, before it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who is the Thane that lives yet under heavy judgment, bears that life he deserves to lose, whether he was confined in Norway, or lying the rebels who didn't have advantage, or that with both he labored in his country's wreck, I know not. Which reason's capital confessed to prove it, have overthrown him.
Glamis, and Thane of Cawdor, the greatest is behind. Thank you. Do you not hope your children shall be kings, when those that gave Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less for them?
That trusted home might yet enkindle ye to the crown besides Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange. And sometimes, to witness to our harm the instruments of darkness tell us truths. Win us over with honest trifles to betrays in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word of our creator.
Two truths are told, as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. Supernatural solicity cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it granted me earnest of success commencing in the truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. Good. Why do I yield to that horrid suggestion which doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are worse than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder is yet but fantastical, shakes so my state of man that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look, our noble partner's wrapped.
Chance will have me king? Why? Chance shall crown me without my stir.
New honors come upon him like our strange garments, cleaved not to their mold, but with the aid of youth.
Come what come may. Time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Grant me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us towards the king. What hath chanced, and in time the interim having waited, to speak of free hearts each to the other.
Very gladly.
Till then enough. Come, friends!
The execution done on Cawdor. Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet back, but I spoke with them who saw him die and made report, and very frankly, he implored your highness, pardon and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became to him like the lead. He died of woundedness, studying in his death. To throw away the dearest thing he owned, as for a careless trifle.
There is no art to find the mind's instruction in the face. He was a gentleman in whom I built an absolute trust. Oh, worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now is heavy on me. Thou art so far before. That swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou have best deserved, the proportions of both payment and thanks would have been mine. money I can save. More is thy due, the more than all can pay.
The services and loyalty I owe, in doing so, pays itself. Your Highness has parted us to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state, children and servants, who do but what they should by doing everything toward your love and honor.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee and will labor to see thee full of growing. Worthy Vaccaro, thou hast no less deserved, nor shall be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There if I grow, the harvest is grown.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and those whose places are nearest, know that we shall establish our estate upon our eldest Malcolm. Whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland. Honor must not, unaccompanied, invest him only, but signs of nobleness, like stars, shall shine upon all deservers, from hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor which is not used for you. I myself will be the harbinger and make joyful the hearing of my wife at her coming. And so take my leave.
My worthy Caldor.
Prince of Cumberland! This is a step which I must fall down or else overleap. For in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. See not my dark and deep desires. Thy wing of the hand, but let that be what the eye fears, when done, to see.
The true noble Banquo. He is full so valiant, and in accommodations I am fed. It is a banquet to me that's after him, whose care has gone before us to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I've learned from the purposes report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned with desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came visitors from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with hail, King that shall be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor shall be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great art not without ambition, but without the illness that should attend it. Thou wouldst have great Glamis, that which cries, thus thou must do, if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do than wishest should be undone. Oh, hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine own ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
King comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who were it so would have informed for preparation?
So please you, his short thing is coming tonight. One of my fellows, who had the speed of him, who had scarcely more than would make of his message.
Give him tending, he brings great news. David himself is horse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breast and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, with all the under the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the dark, to cry, hold, hold. Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, you must look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for. And you will put tonight's great business into my dispatch, which to all our nights and days to come, gives sovereign sway and mastery.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear, to alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle has an excellent seat. Here, nimbly and sweetly recommend itself to our gentle senses.
This guest of summer, the temple-haunting Margulis, does approve by his love matronry that heaven's breath smells wooingly here. No jutty, trees, buttress, nor court of vantage, but the bird hath made his pendant bed and procreant cradle here with a most green and hot. I have observed the air is delicate.
See, our honored hostess, the love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, which we still thank as love. Herein I will teach you how to bid God illness for our pains and thank us for your trouble.
Your services in every point twice done and then done double were poor and single business to contend against those honors deep and broad wherewith your majesty loads our house. For those of old and the great dignities heaped up to them, we rest your throats.
Where's the thing of Cawdor? We'd course him at his heels and had purpose to be his prepared, but he rides well and his great love, sharp as a spur, hath hold him home before us. Honored hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs themselves, and what is theirs in comp to make their own, and to return their own.
Now, give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly. We will continue our graces towards him by your leave.
Then twirl well it were done quickly. The assassination, tremble at the consequence, and catch with his Circe success. But this might be the be-all and the end-all here. Here, on this bank, in the shoal of time, we jump to the life to come. These cases, it's not judgment here, that we but teach bloody instruction. Being taught returns to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice gives the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed and as his murderer. This host should shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, Duncan, born his faculties so meek, been so clear, his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. In pity, like a naked newborn babe, striding the blast. Or heaven's cherubim forced upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the deed in every eye, the tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the side of my intent, but only bolting ambition shall release itself and falls on the other. How now, what news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
He asks for
I
me.
know you not, he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. You have honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which are worn out in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would like the poor cat in the attic?
Prithee, peace! I dare to let me become a man, who dares do more as none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it then, you were a man. If you be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from its boneless gums and bashed its brains in, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail,
We fail? But screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather in this hard day's journey soundly enlightened, his two chamberlains will lie with wine and wassail, so convinced that the warder of the brain shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a line back home. And when in swinish sleep their drenched natures lies as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers who will bear the guilt of our great cloud?
bring forth men and children only. For thy undaunted metal shall prize of nothing but males. If they not be received, we have marked the sleepy two of his chamber and use their own daggers that they have done it.
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death?
And settled. Bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away. The time of fair show. Let's face the pie with the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
Moon is down and I'm back at clock.
And she goes down at 12.
Shall I take this message?
Hold. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. Take thee that too. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend.
What, sir? Not yet a rest? The king's abed. He hath been an unusual pleasure lately and sent forth great largesse to your offices. This diamond who greets your wife withal, and in the name of most kind hostess and shut up and measureless content.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should free have wrought.
All's well. Last night I dreamt of the three weird sisters. To you, they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. And yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we'd best spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
Oh, and your kind solution.
Cleave to my consent when 'tis that she'll make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, but I still keep my bosom franchise and allegiance clear. I think I should be counsel.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The like to you. Left.
Go bid thy mistress. When my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger that I see before me? Hand toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible of feeling as to sight? I thought but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain. I see thee yet in form as palpable as this, which now I draw. How marshalest me the way which I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made to fools over the other senses, but worth the rest altogether. I see thee still, and on thy plated dungeon gods of blood which is not so before. There's no such thing! It's the bloody goodness which informs us to mine eyes. And over the one-half world nature seems dead. And wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Oh, sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps which way they walk, for fear the stones prate of my whereabout, and take the present horror of it from the time which suits well with it. All's I threat, he lives. Words to the heat of deeds, too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell which summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark, peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sternest command. He is about it. The doors were open and the certainly rooms do mock their charge of snores. I have drugged their apostles, that death and nature do contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's there?
Black,
What?
I'm afraid they've awakened. 'Tis not done the attempt and not the deed. Confounds us. Hark. I laid their daggers ready, he could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Did someone hear a noise?
I heard the owl shriek and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended, hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Tell me.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one that laughs in sleep, and one cried murder. They did wake each other. I stood and heard them. But they said their prayers and addressed themselves again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us. Another, amen, as they had seen him with his hanging in his hands. Listening their fear, I could not say amen when they did say, God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
Wherefore could I not pronounce amen? So much I need a blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
Shh. These deeds must not be thought after these ways, or will make us go mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth doth murder sleep, the innocent sleep. Sleep the midst of the raveled sleep of care, death of each day's life, sore labor's bath, balm of hurt minds. Great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still the cry, sleep no more to all the house. Crumbs and murder sleep, and therefore Connor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Shh. Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy thing, you do unbend your noble strength for things so brain sickly of things. Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooves with blood.
No, I'll go no more. For to think what I've done, look on again, I dare not.
Infirm purpose, give me the daggers. Sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If you do bleed, I'll gild these grooms with awe, for it must seem their guilt.
What's that knocking? How is it with me, when every noise appalls me? What hands are these? Ah, they pluck out mine eyes. All great Neptune's oceans washes blood clean from my hand. No, this is my Hannibal rather, the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I fear to wear a heart so white. I hear knocking at the south gate. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy it is then. Your constancy hath left you unattended. Put on your nightgown, lest occasion calls us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, for best not know myself. My Duncan with thy knocking and without cuts.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were porter of Hellgate, he should have all turning the key. Knock, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Why, here's a farmer who hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come on in. Have napkins and owl about you. Here you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ah! Faith, here's an equivocator. Could square both scales against either scale. Committed treason, for God's sake, yet could not equivocator way to heaven. Come on in. Knock, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Faith. Here's an English tailor. Come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Come on in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Oh, knock, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Never at quiet. What are you? This place is too cold for hell, don't you think? I'll devil porter it no further. I had thought to let in some of all the professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. This way, oh, this we're done. Thank you very much. You've been very helpful. And just remember one thing. This is a little bit like hell. You go to a play, some idiot gets you up in front of the audience and you have no idea what's going on. And on, I pray you, remember the corner. The end of the day.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you did lie so late?
Marry, sir, we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is the great provoker of three things.
And what three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine.
No.
Lechery, sir. It provokes and it unprovoked. Provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator of lechery. It makes him and it bars him. It sets him on and takes him off. Makes him stand to and not stand to. It excites him and it disheartens him. And in conclusion, equivocates him in a sleep. And giving him the lie leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last
That
night.
it did, sir, and the very throat on me, but I requited him for his lie. I think being too strong for him, though he took up my legs sometime, yet I made a shift to cast it.
Is thy master stirring?
I'll go see.
Our knocking has awaked him. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy thing?
Not yet.
He did command me to call time with him. I've almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know it is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physics pain.
This is the door. I'll make so bold to go, for 'tis my limited service.
Will the king hence today?
Aye, he did appoint so.
The night was unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys blew down. And as they say, lamenting heard in the air strange screams of death, and prophesying with accent terrible of dire combustion and confused events. New hitch thee to thy willful time. The obscured bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverish indeed.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh! No! It's horrible. Horrible.
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke off the Lord's anointed temple, and stole thence the life of the building.
What does you say the life?
Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with the new Gorgon. Do not bid me speak. Speak yourselves. Away! Away! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Donalbain! Banquo! Malcolm! Shake out this downy slave, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself! Up and see the great tomb's image! Up! No! Banquo! Malcolm!
What's this business of such an hideous trumpet call?
Ring the bell!
Mistress of this house? Speak! Speak!
Tis a lady. You hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder to tell.
What is this?
Banquo. Our brother master was murdered.
What?
That's what in our house?
Too cruel anywhere! Tears up, I prithee, contradict thyself and say it is not so!
If I had died an hour before this chance, I would have lived a blessed life.
Now there's something serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn. The mere leaves us up this vault to brag of.
What is this?
You are do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
By whom? Those of his chamber, as it seems, have done it. Their hands and faces were all bandaged with blood. And so were their daggers, which we found right upon our pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, but I do repent me of my fury. But I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
You wise and amazed, tempered and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment. No man. Yet Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, his gash steps look like a breach of nature. And there the murderers laid, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain but all heart to love? And in that heart courage that makes love
Help
more.
me, Hector!
Look to the lady.
Why do we hold our tongues when most may claim this argument for ours?
We should be spoken here. Where our fate? They do not our whole. When Russian sees us, let's away. Our tears are not yet brewed.
Nor our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer an exposure, let us meet, to question this most bloody piece of work, to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I!
Let us briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. I'll to English.
To Ireland and I. Our separate fortunes shall keep us both the safer. Where we are their daggers and smiles. Near in blood, near bloody.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not lightened yet, and our safest way is to avoid you. Therefore to horse, and let's not be dainty of our meeting, but let's shift the meeting. There's warrant in that death, which steals itself when there's no mercy left.
Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir, now?
Why, see you not?
Is it known who's done this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth has slain.
Alack today. What good can they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still. Thriftless ambition that will round up thine own wife's needs. Then 'tis likely most the sovereignty will fall on Macbeth.
He is already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where's Duncan's body?
Carried to Colmkill, sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardian to their bones.
Will you, Scoon?
No cousin, out to fight.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old robes sit easier than our new.
Farewell.
Thou hast it now. King, Cawdor, lands, all that the weird women promised. And I fear thou played most foully for it. And yet it was said that it should not stand in thy prosperity, but I myself should become the root and father of many kings. If their truth come from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine, why, on the verities of thee made good. May they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
He had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll require your presence.
May your highness command upon me to the which my duties are with a most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Find you this afternoon.
Aye, my good lords.
We had else required your good advice in this day's council, which have been both grave and prosperous. But that tomorrow is for you, right?
As far, my lord, as will fill the time twixt this and supper. Go not to better my horse, I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or twain.
Fill not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We here Our bloody cousins are bestowed in both England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, feeling the hero of a strange invention. But at that tomorrow, when we have cause of state craving it jointly. I ate a horse, adieu until tonight. Oh, goes Flouns with you.
Aye, my lord, our time does call upon us.
Well, I wish your horses swift and surefoot, and so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master over his own time, till 7 at night, to make society the sweeter welcome. We will till supper time hold ourselves alone. Why then, God be with you. Sir, attend those men are pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing. But to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep. And in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares. In that undaunted mettle of his mind, he hath the wisdom that guides his valor to act in safety. It's only he whose being I do fear. And under him my genius is rebuked as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when they first placed the name of king upon me and bade them speak to him. Then prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown and put a barren scepter in my grip. It's to be reached by an lineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. Be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. Only for them, Lucretius Duncan have I murdered. Rancors in the vessel of my peace, only for them. And mine eternal jewel, given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings, the seed of Banquo kings! Rather than so, come fate into the list and champion me to the utterance.
This way.
You say?
Wait, go.
Go to the door and wait there till we call. Was it not yesterday that we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Now then, have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he who in times past held you so under fortune, that you had thought it been our innocent self. Some goods you in our last conference, passed in probation with you, we were born in hand. How cross the instruments that wrought with them, and all things else to have a soul into an ocean craze, say thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this good man and his issue, with bound you to the grave and beggars forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye, in the catalog ye go for men. It's hounds, greyhounds, mongrel spaniels, curs, shows waterwoods, and demi-wolves are cleft, all by the name of dogs. Now, you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank of manhood, say it. Now put that business in your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off, and grapples you to the love and heart of us, who are health but sickly in his life, which in his death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the fire blows and the buffets of the Lord have so incensed that I am reckless at what I do, despite the world.
And I another, so weary with disaster and tug of fortune, that I might set my life on anything, commend it or be rid of it.
We both know that Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine. At such bloody distance, every moment of his being thrust against my nearest of life. Though I could, with barefaced power, sweep him from my sight! And I must not, for certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall, who I myself struck down. Thence, To your assistance, I do make love. To master business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons. We shall, my lord, perform what you command us to. Your lives shine through you. At this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves. Acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, for it must be done tonight. Something from the palace. Always remember, I require a clearness. And to leave no rubs or botches in the work. Fleance's son, who keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
Resolve, my lord.
Abide within. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court?
Aye, madam, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Knots had all spent, where our desires got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful shore. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? What sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them, they think on? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. She'll close it be her former self, while our poor malice resides in fear of her former tooth. The frame of things disjoint! Both the worlds suffer. Ere we eat our meals in fear, and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly, better be with the dead, who, to gain our peace, we've sent to peace, to lie in the torment of the mind in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. For steel, or poison, malice domestic, foreign loving, nothing can touch him further.
Come on! Gentle, my lord. Sleep over your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I love, and so I pray, be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence, both with eye and tongue, and safe the while that we must lave our honors in these flattering streams, and make our faces visors to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
All full of scorpions is my dear wife! You know that Banquo and his fiance lives?
But in them nature's copies not eternal.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Be thou jocund. Ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, ere to black Hecate summons, the sharp or beetle with his drowsy hums is run at its yawning peal. There shall be a deed of dreadfulness.
What's to be done?
Oh, innocent with knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, secret night. Scarf up the tender eye of a pitiful day, and with my bloody hand, cancel and tear to pieces that great pond which keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow takes wing over the rooky wood. The things of day begin to droop and drowse, as light's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelest at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me. Go with me!
come join us.
Macbeth! He needs our mistrust since he delivers our offices and what we have to do to the direction just.
Then stand with us. Western sky yet glimmers with streaks of day. Spurs the elated traveler to the timely end. Near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark! I hear horses!
Give us a light there! Up!
'Tis he, the rest within the belt of expectation are in the court.
His horses go about.
Almost a mile. But he does so usually. So our men do. From hence to the palace gate. Make it their walk. Tis he.
Ah, yes. It will be rain tonight.
Hey, come down!
Sentry! Fly, good Fleance, fly! 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 Thou mayest revenge! Oh, sleep!
Strike out the light.
That was the way, wasn't it?
Only one is down. The sun is fled.
We have lost our best half of our affair.
Press away and say how much is done.
Your own degrees. Sit down. And first and last, the hearty welcome. Ourselves will play the humble host and mingle with society. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time when we require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends. From my heart speaks, they are welcome.
Say they entreat thee with their hearts' thanks. Those sights are even. Here I'll sit in the midst, be large in mirth. Anon we'll drink a measure, the table round. There's blood on thy face.
Thankful, then.
It's better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
I slit his throat, and I did.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats, then. He's good who did the like for Fleance. Thou didst sit thou within on Perel.
Most royal sir, Fleance escaped.
Comes my fit again. And husband's perfect. Rounded as the marble, solid as the rock. As broad and general as a casing air. Now I'm cabin, crib, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fears. Banquo is safe.
My lord, safe in a ditch with 20 treacherous gashes in a skull. Casualty.
There, the grown serpent lies. The wormness fled, that nature that in time will venom breed. No tooth for the present. Get thee gone, and we'll speak to each other tomorrow.
My worthy lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold that is not often vouched, whilst the makings is given with welcome. To feed were best at home. From thence the sauce to meat for ceremony. Meeting were bare without it.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Good digestion, wait on appetite, and health on both.
Please, your highness, sit.
Had we our country's honor roofed, were the graced person of our banquet present, I would rather challenge for highness than pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Please your highness grace us with your royal company.
Yes. The table's full.
Here's a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What is that moves, your highness?
Which of you have done this?
What?
I guess I'll say I did it! Never shakes my glory locks in me!
Gentlemen, rise. His highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord has often thus and hath been from his youth. I pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will again be well. If you much note him, you will extend his passion. Feed and regard him not. You a man.
I ain't the bold one that did look on that which might have pulled the devil.
Proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to duck in. All of these flaws and starts, impostors, truth fear, would well become a woman's story and a winter's fire authorized by our grand dame. Shame itself. Why do you make such faces when all's done you look but on a stool?
Prithee, behold, look, lo, see there. What say you? Why? What care I if thou canst not? Speak too. If stand here, I saw him.
Shit!
Blood hath been shed ere now, in the olden time, ere humane statute purged the gentle wheel. Aye, and since two murders have been performed, too terrible for the ear. Time has been, the brains were out, the man would die, and there it ends. But now their eyes again, with 20 mortal murders on their crowns, and push us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My word is over. Your noble friends let you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity which is nothing to those that know me. Love and health on both, and then I'll sit. Give me some wine. Give me some wine! Feel full. Feel full! I drink to the general joy of a whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. Were he were here. To all and to him we give our thirst, and all to all our duties in the pledge. The blood! Open my sight! My bones are marrowless! My blood is cold! There's no speculation in those eyes that was
I
glaring!
think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom, since no other, all man spoils the pleasure of our time.
Oh, what man dare? I dare! Approach you like the rugged Russian bear, the hybrid tiger, the rhinoceros, take any shape but that! My firm nerves will never tremble. Or be alive again, and dare me to the desert with thy sword. Trembling I inhabit then, for 'tis me the baby of a girl, hence horrible shadow, under mockery, hence! Why so? Being gone, I am a man again. Prithee, sit still.
You displace the mirth growth that could be most admired sword.
How can such things be, and overcome us like a summer's cloud without our special wonder? You make me strange, even to the disposition that I own. That you can behold such sights, and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, while mine are blanched with fear. What sights?
I pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. I pray you good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but you must go at once.
Good night. You better help attend his
A
majesty.
kind good night to all.
Will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, and trees to speak. Augurs and relations had by coes and maggot pies of rooks, brought forth the secretest man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning, which is which.
Sayest thou that Macduff denies his person at our great bidding?
Did not you send for him, sir?
And by the way, that I will send. There's not but a one in this castle that I do keep a servant feed. Tomorrow, in betimes I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak, for I'm to know by the worst means, for the worst. I am in blood. Stepped in so far that right away no more returning would be as tedious as they go over. Strange things I have in head that will the hand, that must be acted or they may be stand.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come.
cooled asleep. My strange self-abuse is the initiate fear which wants hard use. We are but young indeed.
You were saying?
My former speeches have but hit your thoughts, which you can interpret further. Only I say things have been strangely drawn. The gracious Duncan was pitied at Macbeth. Married, he was dead. And right valiant Banquo walked too late. Who we may say, if it please you, Fleance killed, for Fleance fled. Man must not want two. Who could not want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damn fact, how it did grieve Macbeth! Did he not straight impious rage two delinquents tear another with slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was not the nobly done? And wisely too. For 'twould have angered any heart alive to hear men deny it. So that I say he is but on all things well. And I do think he had Duncan's son under his king. As a please heaven, he shall not find much more to kill his father, judge of flames. But peace, for from broad words and because he failed at the tyrant's feast. I hear Macduff lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell me where he bestows himself?
The sons of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court and is received by the most pious Edward with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither Macduff has gone to pray the Holy King upon his help to wed Northumberland and the warlike Seward sisters, that from the help of these, with him above to ratify the work, we may again give our tables meats, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets bloody knives, do faithful homage in giving free honors, for which we pine for now. This report is so exasperate the king that he prepares for some attempt of war.
Send him to Macduff.
He did, and with an absolute "Sir, not I," this cloudy messenger turns me his back and hums, or who should say, "You'll rue the time you clog me with this answer."
And that might advise him to a caution, to hold what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the courts of England and unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return upon our suffering country under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers with him.
Thrice the brinded cap hath mewed,
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Harpier cries, 'tis time, 'tis time. Round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw. Toad from under cold stone, days and nights hath 31. Swatting venom, sleeping got, boil thou first in the charmed pot. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble.
The lay of the fenny snake. In the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog. Wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adder's fork and blind worm's sting. Lizard's leg and howlet's wing. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth, boil and bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, which is mighty wand, gulf of the ripened salty shark. Roots of hemlock digged in the dark, liver of blasphemy crew, gall of
with a bad woman's blood, then the charm is firm and good. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
Oh now, you secret bike and midnight hags, what is you do?
A deed without a name.
Conjure you by that which you profess. How are you come to know it? Answer me. Will you untie the winds and let them fight, even till destruction sicken? Answer me to what I ask you.
Speak, dumb man.
Will answer. Save thoughts rather hear from our mouths, or from our masters.
Call them. Let me see them.
Pour in Saul's blood that hath eaten her 9 pharaoh. Grease that sweatened from the murderer's gibbet. Throw into the flame. Come, high or low, thyself and office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown
He
power.
knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou not.
Macbeth! 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 Beware, Macduff! Beware the Thane of Fife! Dismiss me! Enough!
Thou hast full heart, my fear aright. One word more.
You will not be commanded. Here's another, more potent than the first.
Macbeth! Macbeth! Macbeth!
If I had 3 years, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody bold and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? And yet I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. Oh, what is this? Christ is like the issue of a king, and on his baby brow rests a round and top of sovereignty.
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be light mettle, proud, and take no care who chips, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquish thee till great brotherhood. To high Dunsinane hill shall come against him.
That will never be! Who can impress the forest? Bid the tree and mound its earth thine root. Sweet bodements, good! Rebellion's head, rise never, to the wood of Burnham rise. In our high place Macbeth shall live the least of nature, pay his breath to time, in mortal custom. Yet, my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your art could tell so much, will thick issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Cease to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and a curse fall on you.
Show.
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 Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo! Down! I come to sear mine eyeballs! And thy hair the gold-bound brow is like the first! The third is like the former! Filthy hags! Why do you show me this? Fourth, start eyes! The line stretch out to the crack of doom. Another yet. A seventh! I'll see no more. And yet the eighth appears, which bears a glass that shows me many more, and some twofold balls that treble scepters carry. Horrible sight! Now I see 'tis true, for the blood-boltered Banquo smiles upon me, and points at them for his. What? Is it so?
Aye, sir. All this is so.
How are they? Gone? This pernicious owl. Stand I accursed in a calendar. Come in without there!
What is your gracious will?
You see the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Would they not buy you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Cursed be the air they ride, and damned be all those that trust them. I thought I heard the galloping of a horse. Who has come by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, to inform you that Macbeth has fled to England.
Fled to England!
Aye, my lord!
Time, thou anticipatest my dread exploits. Thy purposes never overtook unless the deed go with it. From this moment, the first things of my heart shall be the first things of my hands. Even now, to crown my thoughts with acts. Done and done. The castle of Macbeth I will surprise. Seize upon Fife. Give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before this purpose cool. But no more sights. Where are these gentlemen? Come, show me where they are.
To make him fly the legs.
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. What our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
His wisdom? To leave his wife, his babes, his mansion, his titles, and a place from whence he himself doth fly. He loves us not. He wants the natural touch. For the wren, the most diminutive of birds, will fight her young ones in her nest against the owl. All is the fear, nothing is the love. As little as the wisdom, where the flight so runs against all reason.
I pray you, gentle cousin, school yourself. But for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the pistol season. I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors, we do not know ourselves. Hold rumor from what we fear, and yet know not what we fear. Float upon a wild and violent sea, each way and move. I take my leave at once. It will not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst will cease. Birds climb up to where they were before. Pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Fathered she is, and yet she is fatherless.
I am so much the fool should I stay longer. My disgrace and your discomfort. You may leave at once.
burned house never feed the net nor the line, the pitfall nor the gin.
Why should I, mother? Poor birds, they are not set for. And my father is not dead for all your saying.
Your father is dead.
Is my father a traitor, mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so must be hanged.
Must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Everyone.
Who must hang them?
The honest men, or proudly help their pockets.
Whoosh! Bless you. Fair dame, I am not to you known. No, in your state of honor, I am perfect. I doubt some danger is approaching nearly. If you'll take a homely man's advice, be not found here, hence with your littles. To fray you thus, makes some too savage. To do worse to you were full of cruelty, which is to deny your person. Heaven preserve you. I thereby no longer. Whoosh!
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I remember I'm in the circling world. To do harm is often laudable. To do good sometimes accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up that womanly defense to say I have done no harm? What faces are these?
Where's your husband?
I hope in a place so unsanctified where thou mayst find him.
He's a traitor.
Thou liest up, a shaggy blood.
Don't fry him, country.
Let us seek out some desolate shades, and there we fall, sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast our mortal swords, and like good men bestride our downfallen birth. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face that resounds as if it felt with Scotland, and yelled out like syllable dole.
What I believe I'll wail. This tyrant whose sole name blisters our tongues was once our honest. And you have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, and something you deserve of him through me.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is.
I've lost my hopes.
Perchance, even there where you did find your doubts, why in that rawness left you wife and child? Those precious moves, those strong notes of love, without leave taking. I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonest, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall.
Oh, bleed, bleed, poor country! Great tyranny, lay thou thy bases sure, for goodness dare not check thee. Wear thou thy wrongs, the titles of feared. Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkst for all the space that's in a tyrant's grasp, and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not as an absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath you. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new dare gashes at it to her wings. Withal, there would be hands uplifted on my right, here from gracious England that offer goodly thousands. But for all this, when I shall tread upon a tongue and set a word on my sword! Yet, my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, more suffered sundry ways than ever, by him that shall succeed.
And what should he be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vice so crafted, and when they shall be opened, black Macbeth sings pure as snow.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, malicious, smacking every sin that has a name. But there's no bottom, none, in my voluptuousness. Your wives, your daughters, your matrons, and your maids could not fill up the cistern of my lust. Better Macbeth than such a one to reign.
Boundless intemperance in nature is a tyranny. It has been the untimely emptying of the happy throne, and fall of many kings. Yet do not fear to take upon you what is yours. You may convey your pleasures in a spacious plenty, and yet seem cold. The time you may so hoodwink. We have willing dames enough. There cannot be that vulture in you to devour so many as will to greatness dedicate themselves, finding it so inclined.
With this there grows, in my most ill-composed affection, such a staunchness, avarice, that for I king, I would cut off the nobles from their lands, desire his jewels, and this other's house. My more happy would be as a sauce to make me grew more, forging quarrels unjust between the good and the loyal, destroying them for wealth.
This avarice sticks deeper, grows with more pernicious root than summer singing lust, and it has been the sword of our slain king. Yet fear not. Scotland hath poisons enough to fill up your will, of your mere own. All these are portable, with other graces weight.
But I have none. The king becoming graces, I have no relish of them. Nay, I have power. I should pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, pour the universal peace, and found all unity on earth.
Scotland! Scotland!
Such a one fit to govern. Speak, I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern, no, not to live. O nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant bloody sceptered, when wilt thou see thy wholesome days again? Since the truest issue of thy throne by his own interdiction stands accursed, and does blaspheme his breed. Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The mother that bore thee often upon her knees and on her feet, died every day she lived. Fare thee well. These evils thou repeatest upon thyself have banished me from Scotland. Oh, my breast, thy hope ends here.
Picked up! This noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. What I am truly is thine in my poor countries to command. Before thither thy here approach, Stewart sisters, 10,000 was. They're at a point, and we're setting forth. Why are you silent?
Such relevant, once it is hard to reconcile. See who comes here.
My countrymen.
My ever little cousin, come hither.
Good God. Betimes remove the means that makes us strangers.
Sir, amen.
Stands Scotland where it did?
Alas, poor country. Most afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where nothing, but who knows nothing is once seen as vile. Where sighs and groans and shrieks that rend the air are made, not marked. Their violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy, and the dead man's knell is there, scarce asked for who. And good men die, expire, before the flowers in their caps dying ere they sicken.
Oh, relation, too nice, and yet too true.
What's the news, Green?
That of an hour's age does hiss the speaker. Each minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well.
And my children?
Well, too.
Tyrant has not battered at their peace?
No. Rather, they were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not a nigger out of your speech. How goes?
When I came hither to deliver the tidings that I've so heavily borne, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows who were out, which was to my belief witnessed rather for that I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help! Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to dull their dire distresses.
Faith are coming. We're coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us Seward sisters, and 10,000 warlike women.
Would that I could answer such comfort with the like. But I have words that would be howled out in the desert air where hearing should not latch to them.
What concern they? The general cause, or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe. The main part pertains to you alone.
Oh, if it be mine, keep it not from me, quickly. Let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, but to possess them with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard.
I guess that.
Your castle is surprised! Your wife and babe savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner, were on the quarry of these murdered deer to add the death of you.
Merciful heaven! What man? Near pour your hat upon your brows. Give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the all-fond heart and bids it free.
My children killed too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from thence. My wife killed.
I am sick!
Be comforted. Let us make medicines of our great revenge. To cure this death.
He has no children! All my pretty ones. Did you say all? Oh, okay. All my pretty chickens and their time at one fell swoop.
These beautiful men.
I shall do so! But I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things were most precious to me. Did heaven look on, and would not take their part? Sinful Macbeth, they were all struck for thee. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the bloodstone of our soul. Let grief converse my hurt. Blunt not the heart, enrage it.
I could play the woman with mine eyes, and braggart with my tongue. But gentle heavens, cut short all intermission, front to front. Bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself. Within my sword's reach set him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, go. We to the king, our power is ready, our lack is nothing but our lead. Macbeth is ripe for this shaking. Heavens above, put on his tunely instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds a day.
I have 2 nights watched with you, but can perceive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field. I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, seal it, and again return to bed. All this the while of us fast sleep.
Great perturbation in nature, to receive at once the benefit of sleep and do the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
Why, you may to me, and as most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone else having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo you, here she comes, and upon my life, fast asleep. Sir, stand close.
How came she by that light?
I stood by her. She is led by her continually. 'Tis her command.
See, her eyes are open.
Aye, but their senses shut.
Well, what is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to see thus washing her hands. I have known her to do this for a quarter of an hour.
And yet here's a spot.
She speaks. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Out, damn spot out, I say! 1, 2. Why then, 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie! A soldier and a feared! What need be feared? Who knows it when none can call our power to account? Yet, who would have thought the old man had so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
The Thane of Five had a wife. Where is she now? What? Will these hands never be clean? Oh, no more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mark this all was starting.
Oh, go to. You have known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not. Heaven only knows what she has
The
known.
smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh. No!
Oh, what a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
Well.
Pray God it be, sir.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those who have walked in their sleep who have died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgowns and look not so pale. I tell you again, Mango is buried. He cannot come out of his grave. To bed! To bed! I hear knocking at the gate. Come! 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 I tell you again, what's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed. To bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their deaf pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician. God forgive us all. Look at her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance and still keep eyes upon her. So, good night. My mind, she has mated and amazed my sight. I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
The English forces are near, led on by Malcolm, the Seward sisters, and the good Macbeth. Revenge is burning them for their dear causes. It would be to the bleeding and riven alarm, excite the mortified man!
Near Burnhamwood, shall we? We'll meet them that way if they are coming. Who knows if Donald may be with front?
For certain, he is not. What goes the tyrant?
Great sentinel strongly fortified. Some say he's mad. Those that lesser hated do call it valiant fury. But for certain, he cannot buckle his temper cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret words sticking to his hands? Now immediately revolts and braid his faith breaches. Those he command, only he command nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose upon him like a giant's robes on a dwarfish thief.
Who then shall blame his pestered senses to recoil and start, when all is that within him does condemn itself for being man?
March we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Meet me the medicine of the sickly wheel, and pour me into our country's purge each drop of ice.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. So Burnham Wood from the Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy now come? Was he not born of woman? Spirits that know all mortal consequence have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth, for those who are of woman born shall never have power over thee. Fly, false things, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by, and the heart I bear, shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear. The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon. Or goest thou that goose look?
There are 10,000.
Yeast villain?
Soldiers, sir.
Who prick thy face and overread thy fear, thou lily-livered boy? What soldiers packed? Death of thy soul, those linen cheeks of thine are counselors of fear. What soldiers, wave face?
The English force, so please you.
Take thy face hence. Satan! I'm sick at heart when I behold. Satan, I say! Push, cheer me ever, or just eat me now. I have lived long enough. My way of life has fallen into the sieve. The yellow leaf, and those that should accompany old age is his honor, love, obedience, troops of friends I must not look to have, but in their stead, curses, not loud but deep, mouth honor, breath which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. Satan, I say!
What is your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord. It has been reported.
I'll fight, till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me mine armor.
Does not need it yet.
I'll put it on! Send out more horses! Stir the country round! Hang those that talk of fear! Give me mine armor! Doctor, how does your patient?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
That
Canst thou not minister to a blind disease? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow, raise out the written troubles of the brain, and some sweet or oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart?
Oh, therein must the patient minister to himself.
No physic to the dogs, all none of it. Give me mine armor! My staff! Seat and send out. Doctor, the things fly from me. Come, sir, dispatch! If thou couldst, doctor, pass the water from my land, find her disease and purge it to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to the very echo which should applaud again. Let off, I say! Rhubarb, sin, or other purgative drug could scour these English hints. Hearest thou of them?
Why, my good lord, your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death in vain. Shall burn in forest, come to Dunsinane.
We'll ride from Dunsinane, away and clear. The prophet again should hardly draw me here.
Cousins! I hope you dares on earth and the devils will be saved.
We doubt nothing.
Well, what is this before us?
Way to burn it!
Let every soldier shoot down a barrel and dance before us. Thereby, we shadow the numbers of our host, making discovery. Every report of us.
To be done.
We know no other than the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane, and we'll endure our setting down before it.
'Tis his main goal. But where there is advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt. And none serveth him but constrained things, whose hearts are absent too.
May God just senses attend the true events, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches that will, with due decision, make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative their unsure hopes relate, but certain issue strokes must arbitrate towards which advance the war!
Hang our banners on the outward walls!
They're growing!
The Christ till they come! Here let them lie, till famine in the act you eat them up. Were they not so forced with those that should be our own? We would have met them dareful, beard to beard, and beat them backward home. What is that noise?
Welcome, my lord.
Time has been. My senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek. In my fell of hair at a dismal treatise rousing stirless life are in it. I have supped full with horrors. Direness, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once start me. Wherefore was that cry?
Wait, my lord. She's dead.
Would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, creep through this petty pace from day to day. The last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays of lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle. It was but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, only to be heard no more. It's a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. I was come to use thy tongue, my story quickly.
Gracious, my lord, I should report that which I say I saw. No, not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Please, let me do your wrath. If it not be so, this is 3 miles. But you see it coming. I say, I'm moving crop.
If thou speakest false, upon the next tree thou shalt hang alive. I speak me sooth. I care not if thou dost as much for me. Pull the resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not till Burnham Wood come to Dunsinane. Now when Wood comes toward Dunsinane. Arm! Arm and out! That which he vouches doth appear. There's no flying hints, nor tarrying here. Can there be a weary of the sun, and know what she has said to the world were undone? Ring the alarm bell! Blow wind! Come rack! At least we'll die with harness on our back!
Now rearing up! You'll leave your speed slowed down and show like those you are. You, worthy sisters, shall lead our first battle. We and Macbeth will take upon what else remains to do, according to our order!
Very well, do we find the time of power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot fight!
Go on, trumpets, reach! Give them all breath! Come gladly onward!
They are turning to escape! Relying on the threats of force! Who said there's not a woman born? Only they are in the fear or none!
What is thy name?
Can't be afraid to hear it! My name's Macbeth! No, nor more fearful!
Iris, show thy face! If thou be slain, and I no stroke of mine, my wife and children yet will haunt me still! I cannot strike a wretched crime! You arms are higher than bear that stand! Either thou Macbeth, or else my sword with an unfettered edge I seek to get undear! Now thou shouldst be, by this grim platter, one of the greatest notes in brooding! Refine his fortune, and more I beg not!
My lord, proud to tell you, Render, pirate people on both sides take fight. The noble names be great anymore. Say almost himself, Professor George, we will listen to him.
We have nothing to lose, strike beside us!
Edison, captain!
Why should I make the woman pull up down my own sword? Well, I see lines, the gashes you better on one limb! Of all men else I am going to be. But get me back! My soul is to its tribes and going mine already!
I have no words! My voice is in my sword! Now blood your relative tongues can give the out!
Now who's this labor? As easy may as thou then Christian air with thy kingdom. If I need bleed, I bear a charmed life. Should not bear that of woman born.
Despair thy shall! And if the angel comes to a third Melvin, take justice from his mother's tomb untimely grip!
Cursed be the tongue that tells me so. For I found my better part in man. And struggling beings no more believe. False or message in other sense. The king or one of comes to our ears to our help. I will not fight thee.
Then yield, ye cowards, and live to see the show with the age of the time. We'll have thee, as our reverend monks evolve, painted on the pole and under wrist. Here may you see Cyrus.
I will not live to yield. Round before him mountain's feet. I'll be there by the realm's curse. Though burn one who is done to me, and now suppose be a nobleman born, yet I will try the last. Before my body is no my warlike shield, lay on Macduff, and damn be him who first cries, hold enough!
I'll kill you!
I would that friends we miss would safe arrive.
Some must go often yet. By these I see. So great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing, and your noble sister too.
Your sister, the lady, has paid a soldier's debt. She only lived until she was a woman, the which no sooner had her prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where she fought, but like a woman she died.
Then she is dead?
Aye, I brought off the field. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by work, for it half the men.
Had she or hers before?
Aye, on the front.
God soldier be she.
So her Nell's no.
She's worth more. And that's I'll spend for her.
She's worth no more. They say she parted well and paid her score. So God be with her. Here comes newer comfort.
Hail, King. So thou art. Behold, where lies the usurper's cursed head. The time is free! I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, who speak my salutations in their minds, whose voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!
Don't catch. You'll quickly Amazon.